Are we heading into an election? And if so, what's it going to look like? I think I have a little bit of an idea, but I'm going to give you guys my thoughts on it. So last week, Jagmeet Singh said that he was ending his bromance or alliance with Trudeau. And Trudeau right now runs a minority government. In order for them to stay in power, they have to have majority vote, which they had when Jagmeet Singh had his alliance with him. So basically, the NDP would vote alongside with them. Now, that's not happening anymore, or Jagmeet Singh is saying that it's not going to happen anymore. That could mean that he's just doing this political theater. I have a few theories as to why that's happening now, when there's actually been different opportunities over the last few years since the last election where he could have done that. But I have my theories. So the first one was that there was a few, or I know for one for a fact, by-election happening. NDP hasn't really been polling super high in those, but potentially because people are really upset with the carbon tax, the increased cost of living, how the economy is doing. So I think that it was a political theater done to increase support for the NDP in those by-election. But I have a bigger theory. I think, so just so you guys know, the NDP, yes, it's a federal party. Jagmeet Singh leads the federal party. However, provincial parties also have NDP. So, for example, in Manitoba right now, the provincial party in power is the NDP. Now, a lot of people are trying to say provincial is not the same as federal. However, that's not actually accurate, because if you purchase a party membership into the provincial NDP, you also own a membership into the federal. So if you own a federal membership to the NDP, you also own one provincially. They also follow the same constitution. They're under the same party. Does that mean certain MLAs, NDP MLAs, could potentially go off script? Yes, but that happens in any other party. So I think the biggest reason he put out this video or this announcement that he's not going to go along with the Liberals anymore. Right now, the Liberal Party is really not popular in the West or in BC or in the East Coast, where there's elections happening this fall. So in New Brunswick, there's an election. In Saskatchewan, there's an election. And in BC, there's an election. Especially in BC, there's a new Conservative Party that there was an amalgamation with the BC United Party, which used to be the old Liberal Party, but it's also what used to be the Conservative Party. I know it's a bit confusing, but there's the group that didn't think they were conservative enough that reactivated the Conservative Party. So now they're gaining a lot of traction. So there was an amalgamation, but I'm not sure it's still happening. Basically, the United Party said, we're not going to run candidates. We're just going to try to merge our candidates with the Conservative Party in BC. But I think that's not working out anymore, because now they're saying they're going to run candidates again. So I'm not sure. I think maybe the merger wasn't going as good as planned. Anyways, that's provincial. But the NDP government in BC is starting to lose traction because people are not happy with the Trudeau government. So you can see that in any polling. So same thing provincially in Saskatchewan, which is the province that I'm from. People are not happy with the Liberal Party. And because there's an NDP-Liberal union, they're kind of blaming the NDP, sort of. And it's justified, because Jagmeet Singh is the leader of the NDP party. And provincially, they are under the same umbrella. NDP is the only party that's the case, where your memberships in either federal or provincial count for either federal or provincial. So I think the biggest reason is with the upcoming elections this fall, the NDP were hearing at the door, we're not going to vote for you because you support Trudeau. So yeah, I think that's the biggest reason. Some people say it was mostly for the by-election. I think it's mostly to try to help the NDP gain power in provincial election, whether it's in New Brunswick, whether it's in Saskatchewan or BC. and that's coming pretty soon. So I believe it's in October. I don't know the exact date, and I don't want to give the wrong date because then I'll be accused of interfering with the provincial election. But it's in October. I know there's civic elections in Saskatchewan as well, and school board elections. So, and we're trying to encourage people to get involved and run for political position, whether it's civic, whether it's school board, whether it's provincial, and help candidates with the values of our organization. I didn't even say what organization that is. I am the president and founder of a organization, I would say, that has conservative values in Saskatchewan. It's called Unified Grassroots, and one of the things we're doing is democratic education, trying to encourage people to get more involved at the local level, at the federal, at the provincial, at the school board level. Also, get involved in the background of these parties so that your voice can have a bigger impact when you want to influence change. So yeah, I think that's why. But anyways, I'm going to talk about a little bit of what I noticed, kind of the back and forth, and why I think there's an election coming federally very soon. So I'm going to show you guys my screen. So this is just on Twitter. If you don't follow me on Twitter, my handle is at Nadine G, as in golf, Nests. And so you can follow me there. I do tweet quite a bit, maybe too much. But anyway, so we're going to go through this. So Pierre said this year, long-haul truckers will pay $2 billion for Justin Trudeau's first carbon tax. That's higher costs based directly on Canadians, increasing the cost of everything else that moves by truck. Only common sense conservative will axe the NDP-Liberal carbon tax to bring home lower prices for Canadians. So Pierre is going hard on axing the tax. Now, a new development today is that the NDP leader, Jagmeet Singh, is alluding to the fact that they're not going to vote in favor of the carbon tax. So here, let's just go see what comes up. So if you look here, Global Politics says Singh signals NDP plan to oppose carbon tax, says it puts burden on the backs of working people. So it looks like Jagmeet Singh is going to vote against it. Now, there's a possibility that the Liberals could team up with the Bloc Québécois, which also has seats federally, and could form an alliance with them. But I don't think Bloc Québécois is going to vote in favor of quadrupling or even keeping the carbon tax. So I don't think that they're going to be teaming up with that. And I don't think Jagmeet Singh is going to vote for it either because, again, provincially in Saskatchewan and BC, they don't want the carbon tax. So because I think the alliance breaking is to help provincially the NDP do better, I think if they vote alongside with it, it's actually going to have the opposite effect and push people away even further from the NDP. But anyways, so I think this is great news that Singh is saying, I'm going to vote against it. Not only that, Pierre Poilievre said that they were going to do a motion of no confidence as earliest as possible. So basically the first opportunity for them to do a no confidence vote in the legislature or the building, in the government building, will be as soon as possible. So there has been talks too that Trudeau might prorogue. I don't know if I'm using the proper term. I'm going to go and familiarize myself with it, but basically he's going to pause the sitting so that this vote can't occur. He has done that in the past to save himself. But I don't know if he's going to do that again. I'm hoping he won't, and I'm hoping that there's going to be a vote of no confidence on the carbon tax. And what that means, as soon as that occurs, if there's a vote of no confidence, then we go into an election. And so, yeah, I'm hoping that's going to happen very soon. But you can see here, Catherine McKenna has said, give me a break. All the money from carbon pricing goes back with the majority of Canadians, especially lower income, better off. I think Jagmeet Singh needs a briefing, but also a climate plan, and one that supports people of NDP professes to care about. So if you don't know Catherine McKenna, she used to be the environmental minister. So everyone kind of called her, what's the term? Climate Barbie. She's also the same one who in a bar was said, if we just say over and over and over again, even if it's not true, Canadians will believe that it's true. So this is just a classic case of if we say over and over again, they're going to believe it's true when it's not in fact true. Every Canadian who has seen how much gas has increased, how much groceries has increased, how much everything we buy has increased, knows that the carbon tax is actually costing us more than we're saving. So, but this is just one of those lies they just keep repeating, hoping Canadians believe it. But I think people are kind of beyond that. They can kind of see through it. So, but yeah, so Climate Barbie is trying to repeat it over and over again till you believe it. So I think this is great news. I think that we might actually see an election this fall. I'm hoping it'll be more in the next year, only because we are so busy already trying to influence change or non-change in the provincial election in Saskatchewan. So we are already really, really busy. So I'm being selfish here, and I would like it to wait a little bit longer. However, I don't know if it'll be this fall, or I also don't want Canadians to keep suffering. So I do want to see another election. The sooner, the better. I guess I'm being torn between the two. But anyways, pray for an election, and hopefully we'll get a Canada that's not going down the drain as much as it is now. And hopefully the Liberal government won't be able to damage it much further now. So thanks for joining me. If you don't follow me already, click the follow and subscribe wherever you're seeing this. I'm going to post it on multiple platforms. And if you want to find me, my handle on every platform is Nadine G. Ness. So if you look me on Twitter, on Facebook, on YouTube, that's how you'll find me, Nadine G. Ness. So follow me. And hopefully I'll be creating more content like this. I'm hoping to do several contents a week. We're going to be doing some interviews with some really interesting people. And I've been working on getting this started for a really long time, and finally got all the systems in place. And hopefully if this recording works good, we'll see it soon. Have a good day, guys.